Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So welcome to the Bhagavad Gita Sarartha Varshini Tika, which is the commentary by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti and the sub-commentary which is called as the Rasika Ranjan, which is a sub-commentary to the Sarartha Varshini. Oh, uh, yes, Navneet Kalra Mataji, is there any problem?
No, by mistake, Prabhuji, Hare
Haribo?
Krishna.
The audio is very
Yes,
clear,
yes,
right?
by mistake, Prabhuji. Sorry.
Okay, no problem. You can make mistakes. Okay, so we are on the 10th chapter and we have finished the first section verses. No one knows Krishna as he is the source of all. So Krishna is speaking about Vibhuti Yoga and the two results of Vibhuti Yoga Krishna spoke. One is Name Vidur Suragana. This is one Vibhuti of Krishna. And the result is one who understands Yomam, Ajam, Anadim, and he is the Vetti Loka Maheshwara. He becomes Asumada, Asammuda Samarteshu. Asammuda Samarteshu means he is not bewildered. He is not bewildered among those who are born here in this Martya Loka. That's what I guess is what is the meaning. Let me check what is the word to word meaning. Yeah, among mortals, correct. Hmm? Among mortals, Samarteshu and Sarva Papa Pramuchate. So there are the two results. One is Asammuda and Sarva Papa Pramuchate. It is Papa which takes us away from Krishna. And then further, all the qualities, Buddhi, Jnana, Buddhi, Jnana, what is it? Buddhi, Jnana, Asammoha, Shama, Satyam, Dhamma, all these qualities, be it Sattva, Rajas, or Tamas, all are coming from Krishna. And we are spiritually connected to Krishna because even Brahma, the four Kumaras, the Saptarishis, all are coming. So the spiritual lineage, in one sense, is given, but all are coming from Krishna through Brahma, because ultimately Brahma is coming from Krishna or Vishnu. And then one who knows this Etam Vibhutim Yogam, this Vibhutis by the process of Bhakti Yoga. So this, how Vibhuti is Bhakti Yoga, I mentioned, you know, in the last class. What will happen? Avikalpena Yogena. He will practice, he'll become fixed in unflinching bhakti, and of there is no dot. Na atra samshaya. So this is where we stopped our discussion yesterday, and we are supposed to go through the Chatur Shloki today. So Chatur Shloki is what we will discuss today. Let us go to this section, very important section. Now, within the Chatur Shloki Gita, just give me a minute, please. Just give me 2 minutes. So, there is this Bhagavad Gita in essence, which is called as the Chatur Shloki Bhagavad Gita. And Ramanujacharya in his commentary, and following which Prabhupada also in his commentary mentions that this is the essence of the Bhagavad Gita. There is this Chatur Shloki Gita, and then does anyone know there is a Tri Shloki Gita also? Anyone knows which is the Tri Shloki Gita? Anyone knows which is the Tri Shloki Gita? Shri Lalita Mataji, Tri Shloki Gita.
No, Prabhu, I don't know, Prabhu.
Chatur Shloki at least you know, na? You have
What,
heard about
Prabhu?
the Chatur Shloki Gita?
Yeah, that I have heard, Prabhu. Three
Uh,
Shloki Gita, I don't know, Prabhu.
the Tri Shloki Gita will come in the 15th chapter,
Okay,
verses 16, 17, and 18. That is what is called
okay,
as the Tri Shloki Gita. That is, in essence, the Vedanta philosophy, is in one sense explained. Now we will
okay.
go through the Chatur Shloki Gita. And within the Chaturshloki Gita also, the entire Gita is in one verse because any Vedic literature speaks about Sambandha, Abhidheya, and Prayojan. And just in this one verse, 10.8, all these topics are dealt Sambandha, Abhidheya, and Prayojan. And we will be now discussing this Chaturshloki Gita based on, Bhagavan Sambandha, Bhakti Hai, Abhidaya, Prema Prayojan. Veda ei tina vastu kahe. In the Vedas, you will have to find out where is the subject matter of someone discussed, where is Abhidaya discussed, and where is all these three topics have to be there. So in this one verse, Sambandha Abhidaya Prayojan is there. And as an expansion of this, there is 10.9 where Abhidheya and Prayojan is given, and 10.10 and 11, the Abhidheya is mentioned. Okay. So let's go to the Chaturshloki Gita. Aham sarvasya prabhava matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam bhuda bhava samanvita. I am the source of everything. Aham sarvasya prabhava. So now here, sambandha is being established that when Krishna says, okay, I'll change the pen color. When Krishna says, why does it not change? I am the source, Bhagwan, so Bhagwan is being indicated that I am the source of all, everything. I'm the source of everything means I'm the source of the material world as well as the spiritual world. Due to me, everything operates. Matta sarvam pravartate. Now, if you see in one sense, this is something like redundant. I hope you know what is redundant. Uh, because Krishna has already spoken, you know. So, Matta Sarvam Pavartate, due to me, everything operates. So, Aham Sarvasya Prabhava refers to I as Bhagavan, you know. Everything is manifesting. The Chit Shakti in the form of, the spiritual world, and Bhagwan in the form of Mahavishnu with his Maya Shakti, he manifests the material worlds. But Mattam Sarvam Pravartate means in his Paramatma feature, I am operating this material world. Like Krishna tells in the Bhagavad Gita 9.10, Maya Dakshena Prakriti. Maya Dakshena, there it refers to his Paramatma feature as Mahavishnu. And also it can mean everything operates that all the sadhanas are working under me. Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, Bhakti Yoga. So understanding that, hmm, iti matva, you know. So this in one sense, these two lines, Pada 1 and Pada 2 are speaking about Sambandha. Itvi matva bhajanti mam refers to what? Let us see now. Who will answer? Iti matva bhajante mam refers to what? Iti matva bhajante mam. Shri Lalita Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Iti
Yes.
matva bhajanti ma. Mm.
Now you have to now start thinking in terms of, from terminology point of view. Like I mentioned, verse 10.8 discusses Sambandha Abhidheya Prayojan. So this line discusses what? Sambandha Abhidheya or Prayojan? You have to think from that terms.
Uh, so, Prabhuji, actually, Sambandha is relationship. Abhidheya is the process, and Prayojan is the goal, Prabhuji.
Goal. This is the goal.
Goal.
Yeah.
So can't be Bhajante Mam. Bhajante Mam is the process, no, Prabhuji? Abhidheya. I
Yes.
don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yes.
you're not so confidently telling, right?
Uh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Prabhu. Because I don't
Yeah.
know, Prabhu. I'm just trying to figure.
Ah,
Uh,
yes, you're figuring it out. So
mm.
when you say bhajan, you're
Huh.
doing bhajan. You're
Huh.
doing bhajan of whom?
Of Krishna.
So then bhajan means bhakti, correct?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Bhakti means, nine limbs, correct?
Yeah.
And bhajan is, kirtanam, correct?
Yeah. Yes, Prabhu.
So then what is it referring to now? Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, Prabhu. I still feel. I mean, it is Abhidheya only. This or
Yeah,
we are
correct.
established. Yeah,
I'm
Abhidheya.
just
Yeah.
trying to test you. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I'm
Yes,
testing,
Prabhu. Abhidheya.
So you've given the correct answer, but how you are correct, I'm trying to explain you.
Okay, Prabhu.
Bhakti
Mm.
is the Abhidhe, and Bhakti,
Mm.
in Bhakti there is Navida Bhakti, in Navida Bhakti there is Kirtanam. So
Yes, Prabhu.
Bhajante,
Yes.
and now Buddha Bhava Samanvita. So what is this now? Tell me.
Bhava is the actually which Bhava is this? Is not Krishna Prema, no, Prabhu.
No, but you need not speculate about it.
Uh-huh.
You need not speculate. It is the answer is given in the translation.
Mm-hmm. Then Prayojan Prabhu, endowed with love, they get the love. No, I feel it is like that, Prabhu.
Yeah, yes. So
Mm.
when you practice bhakti,
Yes, Prabhu.
that practice is called as what? The practice is
Sadhana
called as what?
Bhakti. Radha,
Yes,
Ragana.
very,
Yeah, Sadhana
very, very,
Bhakti.
very good. Sadhana bhakti. Whether it is Vaidya or sadhana. And you attain
Mm.
perfection, what is it called?
That is Prayojana, Krishna Prema.
Yeah, yeah, but in terms of this is sadhana, this is called as what? End goal is what is called.
In goal is Krishna Prema. No, no, sweetness that we understand that in the 9 stages after that last 2 stages, Vishwanath
Yeah,
Chakravarti
yeah,
Thakur
yeah,
was
yeah.
saying.
Sadhana is called as sadhya.
Yeah, okay.
Hmm. Sadhana bhakti is, Vaidhi and Raganuga. Sadhya is bhava and prema.
Yes, Prabhu.
So
Okay.
Buddha bhava. So
Okay.
bhava refers to here what Vishnu Chakravarti is endowed with love.
Okay.
So you have attained the prayojan.
Yes, Prabhu.
Sambandha, Abhidheya, and prayojan. All three are mentioned in this one verse. Hmm.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes.
So getting how this one verse is speaking about Sambandha, Abhidheya, Prayojan.
Correct,
So,
Prabhu.
okay. Here he speaks of his vibhuti characterized by great power. I am the cause of existence and manifestation of everything, both material and spiritual. Aham sarvasya prabhava. Prabhava refers to both material and spiritual, as I was mentioning. Because of me alone, Matta, in the form of Paramatma, the whole material world operates. Sarvam pravartate. So, Matta sarvam pravartate, Krishna in the form of Paramatma, operates this material world. As well, because of me alone in the form of avatars like Narad, Matta, all the spiritual sadhanas such as bhakti, gyan, tapas, and karma, and the goals of these sadhanas operate. Sarvam pravartate. So, Matta Sarvam pravartate has two meanings. One is that in my form as Paramatma, this material world operates. And in my form as avatars like Narada, all the spiritual sadhanas such as bhakti, gyan, tapas, karma, and their goals of these sadhanas. So these are sadhanas and the goals of sadhanas. What is goals of sadhanas called? What is the term what is the term used, Sri Lalita Mataji?
The goal. Now you
Okay.
told Sadhya, no, Prabhu.
Hold on. Just carefully listen, take a deep breath, and then
Yeah.
carefully, thoughtfully answer.
Yeah.
So all the spiritual sadhanas, this is sadhana.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then the goal of these sadhanas. So the goal of these sadhanas, I'm asking a very simple question.
Yeah.
So
Goal of
what is the
sadhana is to
term?
attain Krishna. Krishna Prema.
No, 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 no. You are correct, Krishna Prem. But the term, we are used the term here, the term is used as sadhana.
Yeah. Okay.
Correct.
Huh.
Now my question is, what is the term, the goal of sadhana? What is the term? What is that term called?
Prayojana. Sadhya.
Uh,
Prayojana.
so much of we are just now mentioned here.
Yeah. Yeah, Prabhu. I said Sadhya first, Prabhu. First,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
said
but
Sadhya, Prabhu.
Prayojana also you said.
Yeah.
Yeah, so much of confusions. So, yes, see, now why you cannot use the word Prayojana, you tell me, let us. We have to get trained. Our devotees after 10, 15 years also, they are not familiar with terminologies. That's why I'm taking an entire course on terminologies by which you can understand Bhagavad Gita. Every Saturday and Sunday, we have been taking this course on Bhagavad Gita terminologies, introduction, thematic study, by which your foundations are very foundational philosophical knowledge is very clear. Now, tell me why you cannot use the term prayojana. Tell me, and why only sadhya you can use the term. Tell me now. Let
Because
us see.
you use sadhana, you have to use sadhya. If you had used sambandha, then you could have used prayojana.
Abhideya. Huh? So
Abhidhi.
when we say sambandha abhideya prayojan,
Okay.
then in that context, my relationship with God, the process, and the end goal. So that is prayojan. But when I'm using the term sadhana, then it has to be the end goal is termed as sadhya. So that's
Okay.
what. So within Sambandha Abhidaya Prayojana, there is sadhana and sadhya. Okay. But
Okay.
Sambandha Abhidaya Prayojana is a little broader context. This is more narrow because sadhana means it is Abhidaya and sadhya is Prayojan. So there, so that those are broader definitions. They are on the upper level. These are on the lower level, these terms. Are you getting this point?
Yes, Prabhu.
So you have to understand how to use terminologies and use the right terminologies. And the concepts of the terminologies are very, very important because our fundamental concepts and our conceptions and visualization and understanding is not clear. That's why Bhagavad Gita becomes difficult. So that's why we discuss a lot of concepts in this thematic study of the Bhagavad Gita course. So that we become very familiar so that we can approach and study the Bhagavad Gita. Otherwise, we might not really penetrate into the Bhagavad Gita. So this goal of sadhanas is sadhya.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, so this was a little out of context, but it was important, so that's why I discussed it. Okay, let's go further. So, Matta Sarvam Pravartate has these two meanings. I in the form of Paramatma operates this material world, or I in the form of Narada, avatars like Narada, am all the spiritual sadhanas and the goal of the sadhanas. The goal of the sadhanas operate, the sadhanas also operate. You know. Then describes the yoga which is Ananya Bhakti. So this is Ananya Bhakti. This 10.8 verse is also a verse which is referring to Ananya Bhakti. Now let us do again an exercise. So which all verses up till now we have come across which speak about Ananya Bhakti? Okay, who all will tell? Raise your hands. We have to become, our goal is to, somehow understand very clearly Ananya Bhakti, although we might not be at that level. We might be at Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti, whether it is karma, pradhan a little, and more Gyan Pradhan, or it is more karma pradhan and little Gyan Pradhan. The combination might vary for each and every one. So, where all Krishna is up till now spoken about Ananya Bhakti. Yes, Navneet Kalra Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, 7.1,
Okay, 7.1. Okay,
8.14,
8 point Chet Satatam. Yes.
9.13 and 14.
9.13 and 14. Excellent.
10.9 to 11.
9.22. Why are you forgetting?
I didn't
Ananyaschintanto
put
ma.
it. Yeah.
Huh? Then why
Yeah,
are
I
you
forgot.
forgetting 9.26? That is pure devotional service. Whereas 9.27 is not Ananya Bhakti. We expressed
9 and
proved that.
9.28? No.
No, 9.28 is not, speaking about Ananya Bhakti. That is the
Okay.
result of Mishra Bhakti. Pradhani Bhut, 9.27. Okay. So
Yeah.
9.26 only. And then ultimately now it is 10.8 to 11. This is all Ananya Bhakti. Okay. So up till here now we are. Then 11th chapter there is one verse. 12th chapter there are three verses. So I will now only point it out. So in the 11th chapter there is, okay, let me see. Somebody has 8.15. 8.15, yes, that is the result that you will. But 8.14 is the verse which is expressing that. Uh, Let me now open the Veda base. It is, I think, 11.55 or 54. Bhaktya to Ananya Shakya, 54. So 11.54. Why did it change the color? What's happening? Why? How on his own it's changing these colors? It's a chameleon. So 11.54 and then 12.6 and 7 and 12.8. Of course, the qualities of Ananya Bhakta are mentioned in 12.13 to 20. This is too thick. Okay. So this is what Ananya Bhakti is being discussed. Being convinced to faith of this knowledge, matva, the intelligent person endowed with bhav in the forms of dasya, sakya, or other relationships, bhava samanvita worships me. So you can understand, this is a very exalted praktak type of bhakti, which is bhava bhakti. So iti matva. So now we are trying to understand the Lord by studying the Bhagavad Gita. And when you become fully convinced and you completely invest your consciousness in the Lord and nothing else, Tvai me ananya vishaya, then in one sense, Shuddha Bhakti begins. And then when you do your bhajan and worship the Lord in, with your intelligence. So this is Buddha, Buddha. Buddha refers to Buddhi. This Buddhi Yoga, if you remember second chapter 2.39, there was Buddhi Yoga and there was, Karma Yoga. Of course, Jnana Yoga is also there, but mainly these two terms were used. And Buddhi Yoga can refer to Bhakti Yoga. So this is Bhakti Yoga. And this Bhakti Yoga leads to Sadhya Bhakti, which is Bhava Bhakti. So the Bhuda Bhava. So from the, by studying the Bhagavad Gita, with the head, and then in the heart you understand it. So the travel is from the head to the heart. Now, what is the distance between the head to the heart? Anyone knows what is the distance between the head to the heart? Navneet Kalramataji, what is the distance from your head to the heart?
I don't know, Prabhuji.
You can measure your distance
Like an
from
elbow,
your
half an
head to the heart. How much it is? How much
until
is it?
elbow, from hand to elbow,
From the elbow till the thumb,
hand.
middle thumb length. Correct? That's it.
Yes.
So around it is, 1.5 feet. Not even 1.5 feet, I think. It is around 1 feet only. You know, around 1 feet. That's it. or 1.2 feet, 12 inches, or maybe maximum 15 inches. So this is the distance you have to cover. How much time it takes to cover this distance from the head to the heart? The knowledge which is there in the head has to come to the heart. How much time it takes, Mataji?
It can, I don't know how, from Gyan to Vigyan, it can take a
Yeah,
lifetime. I
that's
don't know.
what. Yes. Ah, yes, it takes a lifetime. Although this distance physically is just, one fourth, you know, feet, but it takes 30 to 40 years. I'm just giving a rough guess, huh? That's what one devotee in proper disciple was mentioning. So we have to understand the knowledge of the Lord and then hear Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasan, and then uh, imbibe it actually in the heart and realize it in the heart. And as Mataji was explaining, that Vigyan has to happen, the Gyan has to transform into Vigyan completely. So we might attain Gyan, but when we apply that Gyan and slowly meditate deeply, and then we get realization, then the Gyan transforms into Vigyan. When the Gyan completely transforms into Vigyan, then that you have traveled from the head to the heart. So this is what is being explained, you know. The intelligent person knows Bhav and worships me. Thus, the Vibhuti and the yoga mentioned in the previous verse have been explained in this verse. So, Etam Vibhut Yogam. So, this Vibhuti yoga has been explained. Okay, I'll take all the four verses and then stop for questions. मच्चित्ता मद्गत प्राण बोधयन्त परस्परं कथयन्तश्च मां नित्यं तुष्यन्ति च रमन्ति च with minds greedy for me. Machchitta. So Machchitta again is a very interesting. Chitta. Chitta is actually the heart. Just like, especially lovers, they wear a locket, and in that there is a pendant, the central portion, and inside there is picture of their lover photo, or in the purse they carry. So in the devotee's heart, there is Krishna's image imprinted. Moment he hears the name Krishna, immediately the form manifests. So that is Machchitta. Being completely dependent on me, Madgata Prana, mutually hearing about me. So, this is everyone has this experience in this world. When you fall in love with someone, your consciousness is completely consumed by the object of your love. And all the time you're thinking about him. Yes or no? Yes or no? How many of us confess this? Even if parents love their children, all the day they're meditating, oh, my child has to be sent to the school, I have to make the tiffin. Yes. So similarly, this love for Krishna is something not which is sentimental. No, it is having a solid philosophical background. Bhuda bhava samanvita iti matva bhajante mam Bhuda bhava samanvita. Understanding how Krishna is the source of everything with Bhuda and bhava samanvita. Or in Mahatma Nasu Mam Partha Devim Prakriti Mahashasya Bhajante Ananya Manaso Gyatva. Gyatva Bhutadim Avyam. That he is the source of all these universes, which he has spoken in verses 9.7, 8, 9, and 10. Gyatva Bhutadim Avyam. So that's why they, with all their hearts concentrated, they worship Krishna. So that is why they hear about him, Bodhayanta Parasparam, and singing about me, Katantascha Mam. They continuously experience satisfaction and enjoyment. Tushyanti cha, Ramanti cha. So just like a lover and beloved feel satisfaction in talking about with each other. Tushyanti cha ramanti cha. That's what Prabhupada writes in his purport. So similarly, the devotees feel like that. Okay, now here some important points with respect to concepts. Mat chitta is the mind. Chitta is the mind, but the mind has been purified now. And in the mind, the picture of Krishna is there, nothing else, no other impressions. Madgata prana is life itself for the body. Bodhanta is speech. So with body, mind, and speech, they are engaged. Tushyanti is satisfied with the current level of advancement. And Ramanti is delighted, Madhuri Ras, about what is going to come in the future. So Tushyanti is, Abhidheya, and Ramanti is Prayojan, what they are going to attain. So like that, if you see now, Abhidheya and Prayojan is dealt in 10.9. And of course, the Sambandha is established in 10.8. Mat Chitta refers to me, so that Sambandha is there, connection. Sambandha is also here, but it is spoken in 10.8. Mat means me, in relation to me. So more the Abhidheya and Prayojan has been discussed in this verse. Okay, let's go to Vishwanath Chakravarti. Such Ananya Bhaktas who have attained spiritual independence, Buddhi Yoga. So, you see, now that Bhakti Yoga is called as Buddhi Yoga, So Vishwanath Chakravarti is using that term, spiritual intelligence, Buddhi Yoga. By my mercy, how they have attained this spiritual intelligence? By Krishna's mercy. Attain factual knowledge of me, mentioned previously, which is hard to understand. So, it is hard to understand how inconceivable is the potency of the Lord. So the vibhutis are inconceivable, which was spoken in from 10.1 to 10.7. Then 9.4 to 9.10, that's also inconceivable. So all that is understood by Lord Krishna's mercy only, and they have factual knowledge. But these are very hard to understand. Their minds are greedy for my form, name, qualities, pastimes, and taste of sweetness. Machitta. So they are greedy for chanting Krishna's names because they have ruchi. They are unable to maintain their lives without me. Madgata prana. Just like men are completely dedicated to food, annagata prana nara, since they depend on it to live. So if they don't discuss Krishna Katha for one day, they will feel that, just like, person, if he doesn't eat one day, he will, his prana will not sustain in the body. So he also feels that I cannot live now if I don't hear Harikatha. They explain to each other with friendliness about the types of bhakti and the real nature of bhakti. Bodhayanta. So Bodha means, they enlighten about different types of bhakti and the real nature of true bhakti. They talk about me, a great ocean of sweet form, qualities, and pastimes, Kathayanta, and glorify me by narrating about my form, qualities, and pastimes. Since Smaran, Machchitta, Shravan, Bodhayanta, and Kirtan, Kathayanta are the best among all types of things, they have been specifically mentioned. So here, Machchitta is referring to Smaran. Why Machchitta is referring to Smaran? Let me see. Who will answer? Why Machchitta is mentioned as Smaran? Why Machchitta is referred to as Smaran? Who will answer? Let me ask others also. Govinda Nandini Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yeah. Why Machchitta is referred to as Smaran?
Prabhuji, I joined late.
Oh. But of course, I know you joined a little late, but we have been discussing this verse and you have been there in this discussion. Okay, anyway, Vinita Mataji, yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, one more time. Prabhuji, is it because the mind is absorbed in Krishna and Krishna's thoughts?
Mind is absorbed in Krishna. Good answer. Tukaram Mishkin Proji, you had some thoughts to share?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Machitta means mind only, Prabhuji. I mean, my understanding is that.
Correct. Machitta is mind. So,
Thinking about the Lord's smarana.
But why Machitta is Smaran is my question.
Because of the attachment, the love.
I wanted that statement I was looking for. So when you have love,
Yeah,
then the remembrance is what? Natural.
yeah. You have been explaining that all the while now.
It is natural to remember. In this world also we know that we have love for the children. So because they are very dear to our heart. So because Krishna is very dear to our heart, so that is why that is Shravan. And Bodhayanta is Shravan and Kathayanta is Kirtan. So like that. Good, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, Mataji. Okay, let's go ahead. Thus, by this bhakti alone, these devotees are satisfied and experience happiness. Tushyanti, they are satisfied. This is the mysterious aspect of bhakti. No, materialists cannot understand how devotees can enjoy without dependence on external material stimulation. They cannot understand, without any external stimulation. Sometimes Prabhupada was mentioning how people are envious of our devotees. These people, don't earn money and still they have all facilities. Because Krishna is providing all the facilities, and they have nice prasadam, they stay in wonderful palaces of temples. Vishnu Chakra. All the meaning of satisfaction and enjoyment can be as follows. They are satisfied even at the stage of sadhana by continual performance of their worship, bhajante, brought about by good fortune, and they take pleasure in thinking of the future attainment of prema sadhya and enjoy with their Lord through the mind. This interpretation indicates Raganuga Bhakti. So it indicates Raganuga Bhakti. Says. Okay, Bhaktivinoda Thakur has given a commentary on this. The character of those whose minds are exclusively devoted to me is as follows. By completely offering their minds and lives to me, Machitta and Madgata Prana, they mutually exchange their devotional sentiments, bhavas, and remain engaged in glorifying my pastimes and so on. By this way, during the stage of sadhana, they attain the happiness of bhakti by performing Shravan and Kirtan, hearing and chanting about. Having attained their goal, sadhya. So you see, sadhana and sadhya, these are the terms used here. That is, after attaining prema, through the practice of path of spontaneous devotion, Ragana Bhakti, they experience the pleasures of directly enjoying with me in Vraj in Madhurya Ras, the mellows of sweetness. So this is what Tushyanti is here and Ramanti. This is how Bhaktivinoda Thakur gives a very Rasika commentary in his Rasik Ranjan. Okay. So I'll go to the next two verses and then stop for question answers. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam pritipurvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mamupayanti te. I appear within the heart, dadami buddhi yogam, of those who constantly desire to be with me, satata yuktanam, and worship me with great love. Bhajatam priti purvakam. They worship me with priti purvakam. By this appearance in the heart, I appear dadami buddhi yogam tam. They attain my direct association. Yena mam upayanti te. Okay. Arjuna says, it is understood that the joy of the devotee described in the previous verse is spiritual bliss beyond the modes. Tushyanti cha ramanti. This is not material happiness in sattva. It is beyond the modes. But by which method do the devotees gain direct contact with you? Who gives them the method of realizing you? So Krishna says, I give Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam. Anticipating such a question, the Lord speaks this verse. I give Buddhi Yoga, Bhakti, to those who are constantly desirous of association or with me, Satata Yuktanam. This means that the Lord alone causes Buddhi Yoga, Bhakti Yoga. I alone appear within the functions of their minds. This Buddhi Yoga cannot be obtained at all from any other source and it does not appear on its own. The statement means that realization of me is given only by me and received only by the devotee. So ultimately, bhakti cannot be attained on our own. Ultimately, it is the Mahat Kripa, the Madhyam Adhikari who is having prema for the Lord. And he, by his association, the bhakti which he has transfers to the candidate. So that's how bhaktya sanjayate bhaktya. But ultimately, bhava bhakti is bestowed by Lord only. That's why bhava bhakti is very rare. So bhava bhakti, the Lord only bestows. So in that sense, it is meant. By this bhakti, they attain me. They attain direct association with me. Upayantiti, they come near to me. Bhaktivinoda Thakur. I give pure prema which arises from perfect knowledge of me to that person who worships me with affection through eternal devotion. By this pure devotion, he attains my supremely blissful abode. Okay, let's go to now the next verse. Teshamevanukampartam aham ajnanajam tama nashayami atma bhavasto jnanadipena bhasvata. So how the Lord gives buddhi, tesham satate yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhiyo. So how he does that, Krishna is explaining here. To show favor to them, tesham eva anukampartam. So anukampa artam. This is very interesting, and acharyas have really given a very deep purport to this. So what they explain is that when Krishna sees the devotee is putting a lot of efforts, and just like Mother Yashoda, she's trying to bind Krishna and she's perspiring. There is perspiration. And seeing that efforts put by Mother Yashoda, Krishna becomes compassionate. Compassion. He becomes compassionate. And anukampa means anukampan. Kampan means, the trembling of the body. So sometimes out of, we know that mothers, when they see suddenly the child slips and falls, out of love, they have love for the child, and sometimes they might experience trembling or tears in the eyes. These are ashta satvik vikars. Ashta satvik vikars. Transformations in the body. So these ashta satvik. So Krishna experiences ashta satvik vikars in relation to his devotees, seeing his devotees' efforts, and he becomes shaken. And that's why anukampa, compassion flows from his heart. So Krishna seeing, Mother Yashoda's efforts, he became compassionate. And by his kripa shakti, he was able to bind, So similarly, this is his kripa shakti, anukampa. I, by myself situated in their mental functions, atma bhavasto situated. You have to allow Krishna to become situated. Ridhantasto hi abhadrani. We were speaking on this verse in our Bhakti Vaibhav course today. Ridhantastha. Ridhantastha means Krishna becomes situated in the heart. Now, for Krishna to become situated in the heart, first you have to allow Krishna in the form of sound vibration to enter the heart. If the mind is wandering here and there, then how will Krishna will become situated and then cleanse the heart? Vidhanoti suritsata. So after 15, 20 years also we see that, we have not made much progress and the anarthas are still troubling us. Same material energy is harassing us. Why? Because we have not situated Ridantasto hi abhadrani vidhanoti, allowed Krishna to be situated in the heart and purify heart. So here, but because of Anukampa, Krishna becomes situated in the mental functions, Atma Bhavasto, extinguishes Nashayami, the darkness part of it, Ajnanajam. So he destroys the avidya with the shining lamp of knowledge. Bhasvata Jnana Deepena. The relationship between him and Krishna. without the functioning of knowledge and other such elements, how can they attain you and how can they even strive for that goal? This is Arjuna's question. Where is the functioning of knowledge? Samvit potency. Krishna is saying all this is not necessary at all. Having the intention of giving them mercy by all means, even without them having to worry about attaining my mercy, I myself make the endeavor to give them mercy. Tesham eva anukampartam. I being situated within the functioning of their intellects, Atma Bhavasta, by the lamp of knowledge, knowledge arising from bhakti. So this is now to be marked. So this knowledge is knowledge arising from bhakti. This is bhakti sambandhat gyan. And this knowledge is not the knowledge of jnana, which is within the modes, this is beyond the modes, not sattvic knowledge, since bhakti alone can reveal me, destroy the darkness born of ignorance in them alone and not in other persons such as the yogis. So Krishna is saying here, I alone, aham eva, do this all on my own. All on Krishna alone does. Why should they strive for this purpose? I have already said I carry the responsibility for their spiritual and material well. Yoga Kshema Vahamyam. We have seen that. I accept responsibility to supplying all the material and spiritual requirements. These famous 4 verses which have been narrated are the essence of the all topics of Gita. So this is, the Chaturshloki Gita is removing the misery and producing complete joy for the Jivas. Bhaktivinoda Thakur. In this way, ignorance cannot remain within those who engage in the process of Bhakti Yoga. Something that only those who search after the absolute truth by sequentially eliminating what is non-real according to the principle of negation. This is the Jnani's process, neti, attain true knowledge. And those who cultivate the process of Bhakti are unable to attain such rare Jnana. Oh, Arjuna, the basic idea is that the insignificant Jiva can never attain real knowledge of the ultimate unlimited reality merely on the strength of his own intelligence. No matter how much one deliberates, he can never achieve even a particle of pure knowledge. But if I bless him, then the minute living entity can easily acquire complete and thorough transcendental knowledge by the influence of my inconceivable potencies. So here the Kripa Shakti, which is one of the Shaktis of the Lord, by that we attain. Simply by dwelling within the hearts of my Ananya Bhaktas, Atma Bhavasta, I easily enlighten them with the lamp of transcendental knowledge. Jnana Deepena Bhasvata. By special mercy, I become situated in their hearts and completely destroy the darkness born of ignorance, which arises from mundane association. Tevsham eva anukampartam aham ajnanajam. I destroy that. It is right of the living entity to acquire pure knowledge, which only appears by the process of bhakti yoga, not by reasoning. So this is the same thing. So what is the symbiotic relation between knowledge and devotion? In 8.2, knowledge leads to devotion. Bhuda bhava samadhi. In 10.10 and 11, devotion leads to knowledge. Krishna's mercy, by Krishna's mercy, we get that knowledge. Bhakti is independent of Gyan Yoga, but it is also incorporates Gyan within itself. Gyan of impossible Brahman is pratikul to Bhakti, but Gyan of Bhagavan is anukul to Bhakti. So that's the difference. This Gyan is beyond the 3 modes. That's what Vishnu Thakur also said. So that ends the Chaturshloki discussion. Very, very beautiful section in the Bhagavad Gita, and one should study this Chaturshloki very carefully. Please read also Prabhupada purports on these 4 verses. And then we'll now go to the next section. But before we go to the next section, let's see if there are any questions anyone has. So any questions, any clarifications about this section, what we discussed? There is one question, Tukaram Prabhuji. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I'm still
Yes.
have not understood the meaning of vibhuti. That word is repeating again and again.
Okay. Yesterday you missed the class or what?
No, I was there, Prabhu.
Yesterday we discussed about what exactly is vibhuti. We
Then
drew
I
it
will,
and
I will go to the recordings again, if that is the case.
yeah. See, Yesterday we discussed, and other further will come again in 18 also. But here yesterday's class, it will become more clear to you. Okay.
Yeah, maybe I missed
Any other
it
questions anyone else has?
Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions anyone else has about the Chaturshloki Gita which we discussed? Okay, so just few verses we will, yeah, Sri Lalita Mataji, yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes,
I just
Mataji.
wanted to thank you, Prabhu. It was very nice actually to hear. I mean, yeah. Mm.
Yes,
Yeah,
this
the
is very,
commentary.
very, Krishna
Yeah.
is, actually, in one sense, if you see, in Bhakti Yoga, we are trying to connect to Krishna, correct?
Yes, Prabhu.
We are trying to connect to Krishna. So
Yeah.
yoga means connection from both sides, right?
Yes. Yes, Prabhu.
Yoga means connection from both sides,
Yes.
not only one side.
Yes.
Suppose a boy is in love with a girl, but that's not really love. And again, this is a mundane example, just to make the point clear. Even the
Yeah.
girl also loves the boy, then it is love. It should be from
Yeah.
both sides. So
Yeah.
here we are trying to connect to Krishna through yoga. But how Krishna connects to the devotee?
Yes, Prabhu.
How Krishna connects to the devotee is being expressed in these Chaturshloki Gita. Tesham satat yuktanam bhajatam dadami buddhi yogam tam tesham eva anukampartam. So sometimes devotees become disheartened, that I don't have love for Krishna and I'm endeavoring and anarthas are troubling. Even if you don't have love for Krishna, you should realize that Krishna has love for you. And
Yes, Prabhu.
understanding that Krishna loves me, we should continue to practice bhakti. Is it
Okay.
clear?
Mm. Yes, Prabhu. Very nice, Prabhu. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions? Yeah, Vinita Machuji has a question. Yes, Vinita Machuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhuji, have I understood Vibhuti as the opulences, the divine opulences of Krishna? Is correct?
Well, yesterday we discussed, we mentioned
Yeah.
what is Vibhuti. So please go
Yeah.
through that class and then we will again take up when we discuss the last section.
Okay.
Please go through that previous class yesterday and in the next to next class, we will discuss that. So now let's come to, I don't want to repeat here because I want you all to go through it and understand
Okay.
this concept. Okay,
Okay.
so this section is Arjuna accepts Krishna's glories and desires to hear more. Arjuna accepts Arjuna's position and requests to hear more of his opulences. So now, after hearing the Chaturshloki Gita, what is the result? Arjuna says, Param Brahma, Param Dhama, Pavitram Paramam Bhavan, Purusham Shashvatam Divyam Adi Devam Majam Vivu, Ahustvam Rishaya Sarve Devarishi Naradastata, Asito Devalo Vyasa, Swayam Chaiva Bravishime. Arjun said, You are the Supreme Brahman, Bhavan Param Brahma. He's now addressing very respectfully Bhavan, the supreme body, Param Dhama, the most purifying, Pavitram Paramam, the Rishayas Sarve, Narad, Asita, Devala, Vyasa. Therefore declare you Avastvam to be the eternal human form, Purusham Shashvatam. So Vishnu Chakravarti gives a little Rasik commentary. Param Dhama means his form as Sham Sundar, and Purusha Shashvatam means, his human-like form. You know, Beyond the modes, Divyam, it is unborn, Ajam, source of all, Adi Devam, and the greatest Vibhum. And so also do you. Tvayam Chaiva Pravishime. You also have declared Aham Adiri Jevanam. You know, Mattaparatra Nanyat Nakinchid Asti Dhananjaya. Desiring to hear in detail what was just spoken briefly by the Lord, Krishna spoke briefly of the Vibhuti Yoga in verses 1 to 7. Arjuna first speaks by first praising the Lord. You are Parabrahma. You are the most attractive body in the form of Shamsundar, Paramdhama. According to Amarkosh, Dhama means house, body, light, and glory. So here it is referring to body, Paramdhama. That Brahman is you. Parabrahman, Krishna is Parabrahma. The Jiva is also called as Brahman, but Jiva is never addressed as Parabrahma. So this again, Prabhupada uses this opportunity to hammer the Mayavad philosophy. You have no difference between yourself and body, unlike the Jiva. What type of body is this? It is supremely purifying, taking away the contamination of ignorance for the person who sees it. Pavitram Paramam. Paramam Pavitram it is. Therefore, all the rishis speak of the eternality of you in the human form. Shashvatam Purusham Ahu. Ahu means they speak of this form, human-like form of Sham Sundar. So very brief commentary, but of course you can see read Prabhupada's commentary. He gives detailed explanation. सर्वमेतदृतं मन्ये यन्मां वदसि केशव नहि ते भगवान व्यक्तिं विदुर्देवान दानवा. I accept as true, Ritam Manne, all that, Etat Sarvam, you have told me, Yan Mam Vadasi Keshava. But, O Lord Bhagavan, the Devas and the Danvas, Deva Danva, do not know, Nahi Vidu, about your birth. Te Vektim. I do not doubt at all what you say to me. But these rishis say that your supreme body is without birth. Your Raja. They do not know about your birth, Vektim. So, avyakta, Vektim. Something which is avyakta, it is eternally avyakta. How it can become Vektim? That's why these Mayavadis think that this form is material, which is Vyakta. So, they do not know your birth. They do not understand how you, in your Sarupas, Parabrahma, can be unborn and born. So that's why even Brahmaji is bewildered with the Brahma. How this can be Krishna, my Supreme Lord, playing with, some village cowherd man, He accepts, the offerings in yagyas, with prayers and mantras. Here he is, with left hand eating and he's eating the juta of Madhumangal. He cannot be Parabrahma. So like that, they can get bewildered when when Krishna takes birth. What you have said in verse 10.2, neither the Devatas nor Rishis know about your birth, I accept as completely true. Sarvam etadritam manne. O Keshava, you bind even Brahma and Shiva with ignorance of your true nature. Ka means Brahma, Isha is Shiva, Va means to bind, Keshava. So if Brahma and Shiva are bound with ignorance about Krishna's true nature, we devotees should not think that, we understand Krishna's true nature. Then certainly it must be said that the Devatas and Danavas also do not know you. If Brahma and Shiva cannot understand you, then it is certain that the Devatas and the Danavas do not know. But I accept. So that's how Prabhupada in the introduction, it's very difficult to understand Bhagavan, but we have to accept at least theoretically that Krishna is the Supreme. And we should accept that in that spirit, the Bhagavad Gita, and try to understand the Bhagavad Gita. Sarvam स्वयं एवात्मनात्मानं व्यक्ति त्वां पुरुषोत्तम भूत भावना भूतेश देव देव jagatpate. So he glorifies Krishna with as Purushottam, Bhuta Bhavana, Bhutesha, Deva Deva, and Jagatpate. O Supreme among creators, Purushottama, Purusheshu Uttama, Purushottama, the Lord of creators of all creators, Bhuta Bhavana Bhutesha, the performer of pastimes, Deva Deva, the master of all in this universe, Jagatpate, you alone know yourself by yourself. Swayam eva atmana atmanam vetta. Therefore, you alone know about yourself. Your devotee knows that actually you do not have birth and are also without birth. You do have birth and you are also without, though such a condition is difficult to exist. But he also does not know by which method it can happen. It happens by the Atyanta Shakti. You alone know that. You know through yourself, Atmana alone, not through other means. Therefore, among all the Purusha avatars who are creators of Mahatattva and other elements, you are supreme, Uttama. Purusheshu Uttama, so that's why Purushottama. Not only are you supreme among them, you are the Lord of those lords up to Brahma who have become the creators of material bodies. Bhuta Bhavana. Bhuta Bhavana means creators of material bodies. Bhuta Esha. You are the Bhuta Esha. Not only are you the Lord of all of them, You are also the performer of pastimes, Deva, taking Deva as an instrument of your pastimes, Deva, Deva. Note the word Deva comes from the root Divya, means one who plays. So you perform Leela. So that's how Deva word is there. Moreover, out of your infinite mercy, you are the master of those like me, just a dasa dwelling within the universe, Jagatpate. So out of your mercy, you are you are the master of me. I'm your das in Sakyaras. Of all four of these terms, starting with Purushottam and ending with Jagatpate, are in vocative case. There's an address, vocative. Another meaning is as follows. These words may be taken as terms describing the nature of being the supreme person, Purushottam. You are the father of all creatures, Bhuta Bhavana. But sometimes the father is not respected, Arjuna says. You are the controller of all creatures, Bhutesha. And then, but even sometimes a controller is not so worthy of worship. Therefore, he says, you are the Deva among all Devas. Though the Devas are worshiped, sometimes they do not give protection. Therefore, he says, you are the protector of the universe, Jagatpati. So, like that. Bhaktivinoda Thakur. O Bhuta Bhavana, Bhutesha, Deva Deva, Jagatpati, Purushottam, only you, by your own Shakti, know about your own personality and tattva of your birth. Demigods and humans can never understand by their own knowledge how your eternal form, the same form of eternity, knowledge, and bliss, becomes manifest within this material world, at the same time remaining independent of the laws of this world. So, how it is, Krishna also enacts such pastimes that it bewilders the materialist. It completely bewilders. How Krishna is born in a jail. Although he's transcendental to the modes, but why is he born in a jail then, So there are deep meanings to these pastimes. That's the point. Only those upon whom you bestow your mercy can understand this. Ultimately, prasada leshanu, without getting the causeless grace of mercy of the Lord and pure devotees, we cannot understand all these things. So that is the point here. Okay, so we will stop here now. Time is up. But any questions up till now you have? Of what up till now what we have discussed? Any questions, any clarifications? Yes, Sri Lalita Mataji. Yes.
Not a question, Prabhu. I'm just sharing in Vishnu Sahasranam it comes, no, Prabhu. Bhutatma Bhuta Bhavanaha.
It comes there, yeah. There again, you have to see what is the meaning given. Srila Baldev Vidyabhushan has written a commentary on Vishnu Sahasranam and has given a very, very deep and profound meanings to all these different names. And, by studying that, you'll more relish. But of course, devotees should more, what is the relevance. One chanting of the Vishnu Sahasranam is equal to one name of Lord Ram, and one name of Krishna, three names of Lord Ram is equal to one name of Krishna. That is the potency.
Yes,
So that means once you take the name of Krishna, it is as good as chanting what?
3 into, yeah, whatever,
3,000.
one name of Krishna, 3,000. Okay.
3,000 names of Vishnu.
Okay.
So that's how the hierarchy is. So
Yes.
yeah, so from a Gaudiya perspective, Baldev Vidyabhushan has written a commentary on the Vishnu Sahasra now. So one should get addicted to chanting Krishna's name because Krishna's name is the topmost. Okay?
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Any other questions anyone else has about this section which we discussed just now? Okay, so we'll stop here. Granth Raj Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Anant